Okay. First of all, I just want to say thank you, God. As nasty as and disturbing life has been for me because of the manipulation, I just have to be thankful. Um, I could live my life as comfortable as they are, as easy life can be for them, which I don't think is that easy, but as able as this trash are, I'm thankful I didn't have to live life where I have to dumb myself down. You know, when you see somebody compromise that they have stooped to a level of no return, and you see how low they've become, and they still want to be respected and seen in the fashion they present themselves. If anything, I just see them for the low life that they are, and you know they try to do everything to make me feel doubtful, and it's crazy that what they would use to try to make me acceptive of the disgusting manipulations that I'm experiencing. You know, for me, the frustration, it got to the point where I was wondering, I have to calm down. These people, these perps, they get frustrated to the point where they are so delusional. They have gone into this deluded reality where things that have nothing to do with the manipulations of me being a target individual, when those things are right, for example, when I'm saying something, the thing I'm saying is correct, they even get frustrated about that because they are so compromised that they want to overwhelm. How can I say this? They want to create such a falsified reality that they get super frustrated and mad. And I was this, and I'm calling out this woman who's been the worst. No, not the worst. I should not even say that. This is what they say, making me say, as you can see. But I've seen her frustration and her anger, and not because, like the anger and frustration of things that just happen to be true, in an environment that has nothing to do with me being a target individual. I think me saying something right about a certain, and I'm talking about employment, and I see her like the way she look at me mad, and I'm like, you're a piece. She's such a compromised human being because she has children as young as the children that are being tortured in this program, and as young as one of the kids that died from a mass shooting that was caused by a target individual. So I can see how she, in her mind, to deal and cope with what she's part of, because she's part of something that is so disturbing to not only men and women and children, not only men and women, but children too. And to try to still maintain she wants to maintain this perception that she's somehow different, but involved in the same program that will do these horrible things to children. I can never let them live the fantasy. You're compromised so much that now you look at how mad you get about things that even have nothing to do with anything. She'll look at me like, I'm like, what? You piece of shit. And she, with all due respect, I will not have no problem calling her a piece of shit. She's a human low life that has been compromised like so many others. And please do not, there's too much death on your hands now that has nothing to do with me. Because you're involved in a program where the torturing of children and women is happening today. And she want me to live their fantasy. She was saying something about, they have this thing where they live this fantasy. Reality is just, they're like, no, we exposed you, you trash us. You expose what you do to people, that's all. You expose the capability of this technology. You expose what this is really about. You expose how people can be pure psyop and facade. And they bring up things, for me, work has been kind of used as a way to kind of make me feel doubtful. Now, listen, I know reality. I will never function the same way. My brain is being destroyed. I have to accept that reality. Now, if you are exposing that now my functionality is lowering because my brain is being fried on an everyday basis, well, wow. there was one point when I was on doing some work. I was having a little difficulty here and there, but at one point I think my computer was just being played, so they were messing with me because I was putting a number, and the number would go like become a year, and it would change. But I was presenting my screen. I'm like, whoa. And first of all, when you're already like a little bit nervous, it can be a little awkward or anxious when and I don't like to like sometimes, the pressure of like doing something when everybody watch can make me feel uncomfortable, not uncomfortable, a little bit anxious. But I know that's the things they want me to experience, right? And there was this like platform that is kind of hard to, it's a newish platform that sometimes has a little bit of like tricky. And so I was going through it, and I knew that they want to create some anxiety. So I was like calmly doing the thing. It was going to take my time. I was like, and I was just doing, putting some dates, try to put a specific timeline. I was putting the number, and the number would just turn into the years. I'm like, whoa. And they were just trying to frustrate me. I know at this point, that portion at least, I feel like it was manipulated and my computer was hacked. The rest was just maybe the platform being just a little bit tricky. But I understand they were trying to get me agitated. I was like, oh, I'm so frustrated. I was like, oh, I'm going to get to that anyways. It's okay. And they were trying to say things to try to annoy me. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever. But these people want to use work as a way to make me feel that full. I don't have no doubt. In fact, I'm surprised I'm able to do what I'm doing at this level with this destruction of my brain and the inability to function, the inability to freely think. There was something that just happened where I'm not even sure what is what. I know that it is so. I know that at work and things are happening to my computers, and sometimes they can make my work life hard. Actually, the the information I have can be manipulated, right? They can make it like they can make you not be accurate by playing the numbers that you're looking at, right? But at the same time, they can mess with my brain so much that it can confuse me, and it's been worse and worse and worse. Oh my gosh, it's like, what's the word for it? I feel like it's almost like a level of dyslexia, but another level, like the confusion in your brain is just so intense. And at this point, I was like, but I'm not sure if that's what they mess with me in my brain, or is it actually because it can go either way. So now I have this thing I feel. I remember seeing the numbers there. It was like a few days ago, and then today I look at it and I'm not seeing the numbers. So I'm like, first of all, is the platform was refreshed or something, or was I all along like twisting things in my brain the wrong way, or my brain was being twisted in the wrong way, right? And it's like that kind of confusion is going to happen because you are sabotaged in many ways. Brain sabotage, and if the numbers, the data here can be played with. So you're like, is it my brain that just made to be confused in this way, right? By the way, for me, I'm like, I'm just gonna it's like, this is what you have to deal with as a target individual with synthetic telepathy and working. It's just so hard to function, but you got to be understanding. Not only you're being gaslighted, not only your coworkers are participating and will do whatever they need to do for you to fail, but your brain is also being fried up, and they are manipulating your brain. They are like making it hard for you to process things. They're confusing you, and your brain is rewired. So you have those two factors, and you still you have to maintain. And it's tough, It's like they try to frustrate you, and the agitation you can get. It's like you just have to calm down. For me, I was like, just understand that their job is to make you fail. There's no one purpose. It's how to make you fail. And you are not these people try to make you fail are not just from regular people. We're talking about governmental entities partaking in that. They want to destroy your life, your career. for me, I'm like, people don't think about career when their health is health is number one. So when they tell me, oh, you'll never work again, because when I was hired from these people, I knew they're going to they're going to do their best to ruin my career. But at this point, it's like, you think I care about my career when I can't even eat? When I can't even see? When I can't even think? When my heartbeat is like, my bones are breaking. Like, there's like a levels of worries. Career becomes a priority when you have at least your health. But my health is boom. So when you tell me that they do all these things to sabotage my career, it's like, listen, this is expected, but what's the worst part is my brain. How it's being destroyed. My organs, my body, my sanity. That's number one. My career, what's the point if I can't even function, have a career? Well, what's the, like, if my brain it's being fried, what's the point of have a career? So you have to put things in perspective. And these people are like, oh, you're failing. It's like, no, my brain is being destroyed and you are doing your best to make me fail. And, I've never been fired before. And today, if I'm being fired by these people, I was like, it's not because I'm fired, it's because I've been tortured. If you look at my brain, it's destroyed. If these people let me go, I will never consider that being actually fired. I will never. I'll be like, okay, these people just partaking in my tortures and my torment and did all this thing to my body. My organs are destroyed. My brain are destroyed while I'm trying to work. They participate in this. They did everything possible to make me fail. This is not being fired. There's people who just conspire to destroy my career. That's it. And so I see that as that. And for these people who try to, to create that facade, what this was about, I was like, I made a video in January 2021 saying I know that things, I'm employed, but I'm employed by people who are going to do their best to destroy me. That's in 2021. Now 2024, what you expect? And my brain is being fried and destroyed. So I'm like, I don't care. You guys, like, listen, you couldn't even do an ounce of what I'm doing in the circumstances I'm doing. Some of you guys will kill yourself immediately. So I put things in perspective. As long as when I look at myself, I'm like, hey, did I give up? Did I do everything that I'm capable of doing under the circumstances? And the reality is, I did even more than that. So that's why I can never look at it as like, oh, I failed. No. It's not even a question about failing. It's accepting the reality that your brain is being destroyed. I can feel my teeth right now slowly falling down. I'm never, the sleep I have is, I don't even know if it's actual sleep. Brain is ravaged. Organs ravaged. I barely eat. They tell me, oh, yeah, you're going to starve. I'm already like starving already because my digestive system is not working all the way. They say they're poking holes in my intestines or my organs. I know my organs are destroyed. My kidneys, and on top of that, I'm dealing with this synthetic telepathy that manipulates your thoughts in all different ways, continuously disgusting me with this psychological torment. And they are making me confused by just manipulating my brain to, like, sometimes I put the dates on. That's what sometimes I'm like, is that the date? It's like, the confusion that I can be forced to experience is crazy because my brain is just literally losing function. But that's the reality. So I can never see you as like, I failed. Like, no. Matter of fact, I did so much more under this circumstance. It makes me feel, I'm surprised I have this capability. I'm sure a lot of people are like, this guy's still trying, still working. He's still functioning. With all these things happening to his his body and his mind. Well, I'm listening to this trash, this loser that sit in their pictures, try to break me down, talk about you failed. Like, trash, look at your life. That is truly failing. This is a pathetic low life. Where you gonna watch me be suffer? That's your life, and this is success. I rather fail. This nasty bottom feeders. So for me, I still find like the strength and dignity that I have is incredible. And it's nasty. The rewiring is disgusting. I just woke up and I'm scared to stretch. Like they do things to my bones, my joint that I want to stretch, right? As I stretch, they somehow rewire my body or my mind that when I stretch, they also stretch my I don't know how to say it without being graphic. So they make me have erections in the morning, which is easy. In the morning, men, we biologically wake up with erection because the bladder is full. But the way they play with my body and rewire my brain in this disgusting ways. When I stretch, they are stretching my rectum, not my rectum. They're stretching my erection. My erections are stretched and then they start making me think of children. First thing in the morning, to condition my brain in these pedophilia ways. This trash rewired my brain in disgusting ways. I'm even scared to stretch my body. 2 seconds ago, I saw something I don't know. There was like four columns or something that was four. Immediately, they start making me imagine of this little 4-year-old girl naked, and then try to make me stretch my body because they did something on my joint. But start playing my erection, and then give me sexual stimulation while making me think of this little girl naked. And then make me think, no, that's how you felt when you were a kid. Remember, I was like, what? This is why I'm talking about rewiring your brain. They are conditioning the brain in these disgusting ways. Disgusting. And then they're like, no, you abuse. You understand how disgusting this low life are? They are training and conditioning the brain. And then now you abuse. Remember what you did as a kid. What? You literally made me think of this little girl naked. Start making me have sexual stimulations. And try to make me stretch. So while I'm stretching, you can stretch my erection. These bottom feeders are the low life, the trash of this earth. They are low life bottom feeders who sold their soul to pedophiles, who live life, this successful life of theirs, consists of doing these things. And this is their victories in their success. They are nasty bottom feeders. They still try to, to avoid the fact that the DoD is obviously in charge of this program. It's the only entity on earth with the capabilities, the financials, the resources, the technology, and the historical expertise in regard of years of using technology to see how they can alter the mind. The only other entity or agency that's around that have been working like this is CIA. But now we obviously know that DARPA and CIA, this intelligence committee, have been really linked to the DoD. And the financial aspect of it all, for them to invest so much money on just one entire individual and pay so much of this low life. Only one entity is capable to do this kind of things, to contract this level of individuals to partake. And it's the Department of Defense, which has issues with pedophilia that has been ongoing over and over and over. And there is a whole bill called National Defense as Department of Defense Network Abuse Act, because they are downloading so much child porn that the Child Protective Services ranked their network, their computer network, as the 19th out of 2,900 networks. To counter that, they tell me I'm going to be taking because they're going to frame me. I rather take every day of my life than have this successful life that these losers and bottom feeders working for pedophiles are living. They not only do this nasty psychological torture which is what you just heard, and then try to make me accept these things with rewiring my brain, make me stretch, make me think of kids, and then play with my libido, not even my libido, my private part, and create some erections, make me have an erection, control my arousals, and then try to combine these things together while making me think of this little girl to condition me and to rewire me in these nasty ways. And then try to make me accept this. Like, no, you remember what you did as a kid you abused. No, trash. First of all, you are the one in the program that torture babies. 4-year-old kids sexually tortured. And this manipulation. And then to tell me, no, what we're doing is what you did as a kid. What? Trash you off. This low life are bottom feeders. This is a success for them. To try to convince you the way they're manipulating you today is referring to you as a kid. What stupidity. This trash are low life. But this is their success. I'm glad that in life that doing what they do is successful. The truth is, the success might be financial, might be connections, might be networking, but this is a humiliating life. And I'm glad I can say that. I'm glad I'm able to say that out loud and articulate these things as they make me think about this little girl and still try to make me feel stimulations, because this is how they rewire the brain. And then be like, no, this is what you felt when you were a kid. I didn't feel like this when I was a kid. You're making me experience this as an adult man, and you are rewiring my brain this way. So I'd rather be stretched rectally, that's what they're saying, than having to live my life making people think in these ways and then try to counter reality. Death comes to all of us. This coward low life that can do horrible, mean things to even babies will die. And they're not living an honorable life. Look at the life that these people live. I'd rather die in this horrible way in a cesspool than be a trash that do what they do and be watching this. Then die. If you see who's talking to me, it's just humiliating. You will know for sure that these are not the people you want to trade places with. Target individuals stay strong and never identify with this nasty manipulation. They tell me I'm going to be their girls, I'm going to be raped, and this. Like, you're just going to create a theater to counter the reality of what you're involved in. I'm sorry I didn't let you live your fantasy. This theatrical of torture I'm going to go through is never going to change the fact that you have been manipulating people and rewiring people in these ways. Whatever you're going to watch me go through is not going to change the reality. Thank you, God. This is why I thank God right now. But my life could have been this life. To all my target individuals, stay strong. And know that justice will be done for the nasty things and the low lifeness that they live. Let this trash be the trash. For me, I know who I put the responsibility of me dying this way to. Not this bottom field. This bottom field can even say way more. That's what they try to compensate with the torture I'm going to experience. They've been humiliated and talk about exposing. Oh gosh. Beyond. Can you imagine people working for governmental entity that's been having patterns of issues with pedophilia, saying that we mapped it, we're like a really trashy. There's so much child porn being downloaded on the computer, the network, the defense network, the defense computer network, that you being ranked for top tier child porn trafficking, and you talk about we're mapped. The computers they're using, the computers given to them by the DoD. That's why they download child porn and trafficking that. To all my target individuals, stay strong.